Hi guys, welcome back to Creating and Depressed after a sensible 1 week hiatus. My life has been pretty crazy. Definitely last week was insanity, just a lot of unexpected things happened. But anyway, I wanted to get you guys out a video. I'm sorry that this quality has gone down. It's just easier for me right now and everything that's going on to just do it literally from my bed. So no promise when I'll be back in the studio, but hopefully again, because I know that those videos looked and sounded amazing. So thank you at Gabriel Cingolani Photography for that. Today I want to talk about something that I always see not only myself but other people beating themselves up about, which is like the idea of why can't I be more productive, or why can't I do this? Whether it's like, why can't I just buckle down and lose weight already? Or why can't I commit to my goal of reading a book? Or why can't I commit to my goal of going to the gym? I do this all the time for sure. I wanted to make a video about how you can be more productive. And I think it's actually a very simple equation. If we want to be productive, we have to be kind to ourselves first, because that will inspire productivity. Instead of trying to accomplish goals from the outside in, sometimes we need to do it from the inside out. Because when you're feeling good, you will just be productive like that. Like, it won't cost anything to you. Like, when you're feeling good, like, I don't know about you guys, but like my room, as just pictured here, is not always the cleanest place, and it'll stay unclean for weeks at a time. I don't want to do it right now, I don't have the energy, blah, blah, blah. If I have a good day and I come home, I don't even think about it. I don't even ask myself, should I clean my room? Before I even notice it, I'm up and I'm doing it and I'm cleaning. I'm like in the rhythm, my laundry's in, like, it's like it all just kind of magically happens, and that's because I feel good. So I think we have to start by making ourselves feel good in order to get into that productive flow, because you're not going to be inspired and you're not going to want to do anything if you don't feel well. So like, put yourself first, do the steps that are going to make you feel your best, whether that's taking a night in, canceling social plans, making social plans if that's what helps you. And I feel like with any goal you set, if you go way back to the root of it, it's probably, fear of something. Either like the fear of change, the fear of failing, the fear of not being good enough at the endeavor once you start doing it. Taking the fear aspect out of it and like, be honest with yourself. Okay, maybe you will suck at the beginning, or maybe it won't be 100% the way that you thought it was. But more importantly, like, just being kind to yourself during the process. For our question of the day, I had someone ask me like, how do you break the cycle of negative self-talk? Something I really want to stress is I still struggle with negative self-talk 10,000%. I probably always will, and part of this process is me embracing that. Part of this process is me not saying to myself, I can't wait for that one day where everything's perfect and I'm so strong that nothing gets me down and I can conquer every obstacle. Like, even if I do get to that very strong place, that doesn't mean there's going to be days where I'm not down or something doesn't seem impossible. Like, that's kind of what I'm starting to learn, because at the beginning of my healing process, I guess if we want to call it, or learning coping skills process, I was reaching for enlightenment, like, everything's gonna work perfectly, I'm gonna have absolute happiness, like, that was my goal. And then having that as my goal actually made me be harder on myself and more unrealistic, because I was like, okay, like, I'm combating every negative thought with a good thought, I'm being gracious, I'm being thankful for everything, like, where's my happiness? It's like way too intense and so unreasonable, but that's what I thought. Like, okay, if I start this journey, like, within a couple months, I'm gonna see my results. No. This is a lifelong journey, and just if you're taking one step a day or one step at all to try and stop the negative self-talk, you're on the right track. Wow, I'm starting to recognize my negative self-talk, which is something I wasn't even doing a month ago, a year ago. It's all baby steps. Nothing's gonna happen overnight. It's not that I don't have negative self-talk anymore. It's just that when it comes up, I recognize it faster and I shut it down faster. Ways that I start to shut down negative self-talk is like, say combating thoughts out loud, because in Buddhism, when you say something out loud, you're like exercising the karma more intensely. Instead of just thinking it, you're like also adding the karmic action of saying it, putting it out into the universe, and it actually, like, you feel it more. I think there's a certain strength to saying it out loud that kind of affirms it more. So I do this a lot when I'm driving, especially when I was nervous about driving. I would be like, I'm a safe driver, I'm an aware driver, I am a confident driver. I would just say it and say it and say it until it like became true, or at least I didn't feel so scared. So I would recommend that with any negative self-talk in any endeavor you're doing, or like anything at all. Just remember that it's a journey, and this is way myself talking to me too. There is no end point. I think we need to stop putting our pressure on ourselves of a goal, and when I have this, this, and this, I'll be happy. Because right now, where I am in my life, living at home, having a job, like being in a relationship, being around family, these were all things at one point in my life that I wanted so intensely. I now have all of these things, and I'm still like not satisfied. I'm looking to the next thing. I need to like reel it in and be like, hey, at one point, this was all I wanted, to just be able to sit in my own bed and relax. And I have it, and I really need to celebrate it because I wanted it so badly for so long. Celebrate where you are right now. Don't be too intensely hard on yourself. And it's a journey that we're both going through together. Love you guys. Thank you for putting up with the awful lighting and situation here. See you next week.